supposed to be attached. Supposed to be doing what it's supposed to do, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It's annoying. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do this June reading, the second half of June, even though it's a little bit late. Sorry about that. I'm in Ohio dealing with some family stuff, and it's something else. All right, so um, we're gonna do the what's coming for you in June. It's gonna leak over a bit, probably about a week. So like June now, now in June to like the first week of July. And these are the decks. Before I get into it, I'm going to say this is not a personal reading. This will not resonate with everyone, and that's just fine. No big deal. It just means the reading is for somebody else today. And if you guys need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you may contact me through email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and do, I guess, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And if you hear noises, as always, it's my kids. They always make noise in the background. Anyway, 1, 2, and 3. If you guys need more time, pause the video. And I'll be here when you get back. So deck number 1. Deck number 1. Who is coming towards you? From the time you watch this video until the end of the first week of July, 2024. Who is coming toward the secret of this deck? From the time they watch this video until the end of the first week of July, 2021. Every time. Every time. You know, I'm sitting up here on this balcony, and there are actually holes in it. I would show you, but I don't want to mess up my camera angle. So what I'm going to actually have to do is make sure my cards don't go down to there's somebody down there, an apartment down there, and I don't want my cards to end up down there on their porch. So I'm going to put this nicely placed bag so that my cards don't go between the porch holes. Let me see if I can do this. You see the holes? So that my cards don't go down there. Alright. Sorry, deck number 1. Zoe. Zoe! Deck number 1. Who is coming towards you from now until the end of the first week of July? What is coming towards you from now until the end of the first week of July? One last time. What is coming toward the secret of deck number 1 from now until the end of the first week of July? So we've got the 4 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, you've got 2 7s, a 10, and a 4. So it's like the energy is kind of all over the place. You've also got a sword card, a pentacle card, and a made for a card with a fire card. So yeah, it's like you've got just like a bunch of stuff going on. You got a lot of stuff just going on here. It looks like though you kind of move from a place of not doing anything, a place of not really doing a whole lot. This is a card of taking a break, meditating. I want to say resting on your laurels. This is kind of card of just like relaxing, chilling out, waiting until the next action situation comes up. And there's a card here, this is in the middle, where things change. This is the card of change. Like something like jars itself out of place, and then you kind of have to like make decisions. It might be time for you to start seeing if some of your seeds are starting to grow. Whatever you planted, whenever you planted those seeds, it's time for you to go see if your seeds are starting to grow. Now, some of you might just have a garden that you have to go check on and make sure that, the plants are doing all right. It's not raining too much. It's not too hot. It's not too sunny. It's in the right place. Everything's gonna be okay, right? Some of you have to do that. Others of you may find your actual life being jarred out of place, and you having to kind of like see if you can harvest some things so that you can deal with this change. Because something is coming up where you have to, it's a pretty big change, and you're going to have to fight for your place. I'm hearing that your place in the world, you're going to have to kind of fight for that, figure out what's going on. I want to know what this change is, what change it is. We're going to clarify the Give a Portion card. Yeah. Seven of Swords, the Devil card, or sorry, the Death card, and the Knight of Swords. So whatever it is, it comes in really quickly. You might find yourself having to deal with your peace being disturbed. It really just looks like whatever sense of peace, whatever sense of like meditation, whatever your Zen thing is, it looks like it gets disturbed by someone or something. It might be a message that comes in, and it comes in kind of irrational and quick and very it's not subtle at all. It like comes crashing into your life very quickly, and it kind of puts an end to your peace. Um, you might find that somebody out there has been like messing with your investments, or messing with your seeds. So whatever you planted, whether it be for some of you, it might be a copyrighted thing that somebody's messing with, and you have to come out of your piece and actually deal with that and do it properly so that nobody else can mess with your copyright. Maybe you've got one of those like public, like those YouTube copyrights or whatever, where anybody could use it, but they can't claim it as their own. But now they have to like pay you if they want to use it. So like if you've got copyrights, make sure that all of your copyrights are properly properly done. Make sure that all of your work is being protected. Make sure that if you have money, that your money is being properly looked after by trustworthy people, because you got the Seven of Swords, which is secrets, lies, deceit, discretion, um, and things like that. So it's also next to the Death card, which to me means that these lies are getting exposed, but they're getting exposed in a way that's not the nicest way. It's like a conversation that's involved in the deck. You might have a conversation with somebody who that conversation leads to you having to come out of your state of doing nothing, and you have to actually reevaluate whatever you've got going on there, because this change whoops into your life, and you're going to have to fight for your place here, because you're going to have to fight for your place here and make sure that you can reevaluate your situation and do what you got to do to make sure that you get what you want and what you need um, out of the situation. I'm getting strongly like a copyright situation for somebody. Let's look at these books up here. These little entities have books in their hands. So it looks to me like somebody up there was writing something or working on something, and it's like somebody trying to pull the rug out from under your feet, and you have to. figure out what you need to do to make sure that you don't get stolen from. So you might actually have to get a lawyer. These are all on the bottom of the deck. You might have to get a lawyer or you will lose money. So for the person that's got the copyright out there, just make sure that your copyright is accurate, your lawyer is legit, and everything is going how you need it to go. Okay? Okay. You should subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Oh, also, if you guys need a personal reading, my information is down below. Alright, deck number 2. Hello, deck number 2. I really super hope that you guys can hear me. I super hope that my headphone is doing what it's supposed to do. And I hope that this reading gets through to you clearly and concisely. How about that? Alright, guys. Remember, these are not personal readings. They will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. No big deal. It just means the reading is for somebody else today if it does not resonate with you. Although, I've been getting no messages of people like, oh, it does resonate with me. I've mostly been getting messages from people who are like, oh, yeah, that makes some sense. So, hopefully, you'll get the message that you need. Um, we're going to ask the question, who is coming towards you from now until the end of the first week of July? Some of these cards are upside down. Okay. Remember, these are not personal readings, like I said. But if you guys need a personal reading that's only resonating with you, you can contact me through email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So what is coming towards you guys from now until the end of July 2020? Or July, yeah, 2020. The first week of July. These cards are awfully stubborn right now. What is coming towards the speaker of this deck in July from now until the end of the first week of July 2021? What is coming towards the speaker of this deck from now until the end of the first week of July 2021? Please excuse the noise. I'm out on a balcony right now. Figured it would be less noisy, but obviously I was wrong about that. Okay, so the Five of Wands flipped out. Eight of Pentacles came out. And the Six of Cups. This actually looks pretty positive. Bottom of the deck. Two of Wands, sorry. So you got it looks like moving from conflict to a place where things are starting to work out and things can return to a peaceful place of positivity and people working together and doing what needs to be done together. Um, sorry, together. I keep hearing things spin in the house. Anyway, you guys working together, um, and things kind of return to how they were in the past. So for some of you, you might actually be experiencing Like it feels like the end of the pandemonium for you guys. It feels like things are going how they're supposed to go. Maybe things are opening up around you. Maybe you find that your old job is like maybe offering you your old job back. Like maybe if you were having issues finding a job, that conflict ends because everybody puts their foot down and stops um, negotiating violently. They start negotiating more civilly. Is that a word? Civilly. They start negotiating in a more civil manner, and things start to work out, and things become a lot more easy. And it's like if you get to slide more into a place where things were more calm, more protected, more peaceful, more pure. So for you guys, I kind of feel like you guys are kind of experiencing the the peaceful reopening of maybe your area or the peaceful resituating back into your old life, kind of, right? So for you guys, I kind of feel like you might be in a state or a place where most people are vaccinated, they can take off their masks, um, they can go outside, they can interact with other people, and it just is a golden time where things are more peaceful and easy and just more comfortable, you know? You may also find yourself, um, okay, let me say this first because this is what I'm hearing. Somebody might go home, not just home, but all the way home, and find themselves being met with an ancestor, like a grandfather. You might have a dream about an ancestor, a grandfather, an uncle. It could even be a female, but it looks like somebody gets to see that their ancestor has passed over peacefully and that the ancestor is all right. I'm mostly getting a grandfather that looks like this person on the card with the beard and the hair. You might find yourself like waking up after you connect with this person. It could even be an older husband for somebody who already passed over, and you find yourself having a dream about that person. Um, but on a different note, I feel like somebody is getting their old job back. So you've been going back and forth with this particular company, and then you find yourself able to actually go back to work finally. And it feels almost as if you never left. And this is what I'm kind of getting for this deck. It's like feeling like certain things never actually happened. Like certain things didn't happen, like nothing happened at all. Feeling like you never actually left your job or your situation, or feeling like, you know, no time has passed when you meet your old friends or whatever. Um, for you guys, I'm just mostly getting that you actually get back to this. This is a card of nostalgia, the past, things that how they were before, people from your past. Um, yeah, for you guys, I feel like it's actually pretty positive, even if you end up crying. It's like tears of joy. Like I feel like for some of you, like there's a weight lifted off your chest. So for that, I like that. If it's job related or financially related, um, I feel like somebody reaches out to you and the suspense is suspended. The suspense is not there anymore, and things actually work out for you royally. So maybe you get invited to another project, or maybe you end up like getting your old job back or something like that. And it's pretty positive. And it's good every single time. I don't know why, but every single time I do readings, my nose decides that it wants to stop. I was fine before, and now it just decided it wants to do what it wants to do. So excuse me if I'm sniffling. I don't know what the problem is there. Anyway, Thank you guys for watching. I hope that made some sense to you. Comment below with what your story is. I'm always interested in those. If you guys need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you can contact me through email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So, that story is coming towards you guys from now until the end of the first week of July 2021. Is coming towards the secrets of this deck from now until the end of July 2021, the end of first week of July 2021. Please remember, these are not personal readings. They will not resonate with everyone. That's okay. No big deal. Just means the reading is for somebody else today. Oops. Thank God. This is what's on downstairs. If you guys need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you can contact me through email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Or is coming towards you all. Now until the end of the first week of July 2021. That was coming towards the secrets of the step the last week. From now until the last week of July 2020. King of Rods, Ten of Rods, Seven of Cups. You might find that you have so many choices that you get overwhelmed and you don't know what to do. You may also find um, that these aren't necessarily choices that you want to have. These might be choices that you would rather not have to make. And the reason why I say lots of choices and options is because of this. There's a card of choices, a card of having lots of options, and they don't always have to be good ones. You might have to find, like, if you were attracted to the first deck, go watch the first deck because they also had, um, I believe they also had choices to make that would change things for them. Like, it's like the first deck and the last deck are connected. But anyway, you might have like options and choices that you may prefer not to have. I want to clarify the Ten of Wands because I feel like if I clarify it, it'll help bring the whole reading together. And this is like a reading of sevens. Like this, the first deck also I think had two sevens, and it was about cycles and stuff. So you guys might find yourself at the end of your rope, especially if you're like a drinker, um, or you're addicted to some kind of substance, because I'm seeing these cups as alcohol cups, wine goblets, and you might find yourself trying to figure out how to kick your habit, and that's kind of distressing to you because the devil is here. You may also be dealing with a Capricorn who is a drinker, or just a Capricorn who stresses you out, and you're trying to figure out like what you should do about their situation that stresses you out. I want to clarify the Ten of Wands one last time. I want to clarify the Ten of Cups. Tower card, High Priestess, Empress. You might want to go watch the first deck. I think the first deck and the third deck are definitely connected. It just feels intuitively like that is what's going on here. And there was the Magician card. You might find that something that you thought was supposed to be doing what it was doing behind your back is doing something totally else behind your back. And you might find that that situation comes to light if exposed. Like I feel like something gets exposed here. and it's something that was like a big secret for a while, and it's not the prettiest thing. Somebody might find out that they were pregnant, but they used protection, but that protection ruptured, and now you're pregnant and you don't want to be. Um, and you may find yourself like trying to get out of it in unhealthy ways. Definitely, if you have that issue, go see a doctor. Just be careful. Don't be irrational. You may also be having issues with your mother or a female family member that is like a mother, um, and you're not sure what to do. Somebody out there has been sober for a long time, and some kind of stress comes up, like maybe a breakup with somebody or something that you just didn't see coming hits you so hard that you're like, oh my God, like what do I do? You're gonna have to face the issue. If you have been sober for years and you had issues with drugs, don't do not go back into the habit. Face your emotions, get professional help if you need to, and work through the problem because it's going to be a lot worse if you have the issue and then you try to medicate it away with alcohol or drugs or something. Definitely get professional help if you need it. Um, this looks like a lot right now. This looks like a lot. Okay, so somebody ends up pregnant and doesn't want to be because somebody else is going through a breakup, and the stress of the situation like leads them back into drugs and alcohol because it can be um, addictions and stuff like that. It could also be a Capricorn. Actually, the Capricorn full moon is also coming up, so around that full moon, you might actually find um, that some things get exposed that you just didn't want to know, but you're gonna have to deal with it. And if you get the temper, try and control your temper so that you are more easily, you can think more clearly. Remove yourself from the situation. Try to try to see things as if it weren't happening to you, and always tell that person that these things were happening to you. You know, um, I kind of feel like, excuse me, I kind of feel like you guys might have had an inkling of what was going on because this is the end of the road here. Um, this person either has to put down these sticks or continue to suffer with them. So I kind of feel like you've had this situation going on for a while, and then it finally comes to a head, and things change drastically, and you have to face it. But I feel like you guys do have some options, which is pretty positive because they might not all be options that you want to take. They might all be like unpleasant but necessary options. But I kind of feel like you guys have choices. So I hope that made some sense to you guys. Um, if it did, comment below. If it didn't, comment below. And I really hope that you guys choose the best option for you. To whoever is dealing with a mother and something going on with your mom that you don't necessarily want to have to deal with, it's not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. It just is what it is. And they're gonna have to she's gonna have to figure it out. Um, and get her stuff together with that. And you know, you're breaking up. And some of you are pregnant and don't want to be, but there are options for that, even if you don't want to look at them all, consider all of them and do the best one for you. So, that being said, I thank you guys for watching. Excuse me. I hope that it works out for you. I hope that you get what you want out of life. And if you guys need a personal reading, my information is down below. And yeah, just be careful, take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.